Welcome back to the Insider's Journal, our series on expanding our belief to achieve more than we've ever imagined, anchored in Ephesians 3:20 through 21, and the God of immeasurably more. Last time, we saw how entitlement, believing we deserve better, stunts growth and robs agency. Today, in part 5, we're wrapping up with this. When I compare and I see I have less, I shrink the possibility of what I can achieve. Comparison is the enemy of joy, blinding us to opportunities. How do we love the gap between where we are and our God-sized vision? Let me get real as a coach and a fellow sojourner. The last 3 years, I've been wrestling with the gap between where the master's program stands and my vision for it. My dream? To see 6,600 leaders come through TMP, each impacting 100 others, hitting a 2% tipping point to renew faith in the next generation across the United States. But here's where I've stumbled. To go after this vision, I started comparing TMP to other leadership programs. What do they have versus what does TMP have? Their incredible marketing, bigger budgets, size, it really made me wonder why TMP wouldn't have the same. I'd scroll their sites, social media, etc., thinking, what's their secret sauce? What's missing in us? My joy tanked, my vision blurred, and I physically felt stuck, unable to see the opportunities right in front of me. Comparison wasn't just a mindset, it was a killjoy, shrinking my belief in what God could do through us. This can be a big blocker for us as kingdom leaders. Comparison. It makes us believe we have less, robbing joy and blinding us to the possibilities. It's like a fog over our hearts, shrinking our vision. Ecclesiastes 4:4 warns, and I saw that all toil and all achievement spring from one person's envy of another. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. In our high-stakes world, where we lead in the marketplace, family, and kingdom, we compare metrics, titles, or impact, feeling deficient. This unbelief whispers, you're behind, you're not enough. It stalls kingdom impact as we mimic others' playbooks instead of leaning into God's unique mission for each of us. We forget that God's game is on percentages, not on quantity. What percentage of what was in your control did you use for fruitful impact? As leaders, balancing eternal perspectives with daily pressures, comparison blocks the immeasurably more because we're too busy eyeing others' lanes to run our own race with joy. So, what do we do about this? Love the gap between your current reality and the vision by shifting from comparison to conviction, anchoring in God's unique vision for you. In session 1 of the Master's Program, we coach on perspective, seeing life through an eternal lens, not others' highlight reels. Practically audit your comparison traps. Journal moments you feel less than, like my program Envy, and ask, what's God already doing in my lane? Then biblically lean into 2 Corinthians 10:12, and you can see that even Paul had to work on this. Coach yourself. Pray daily. God, refocus me on your vision. Fill me with hope for my race. Now, if you start small, list 3 unique strengths God's given your work or family, then take one step to lean into them this week. For leaders, model conviction. Share your vision authentically with teams, fostering cultures where unique callings are trumping some carbon copy strategy. The outcome? When we ditch comparison and love the gap, joy returns and God's power expands possibilities. I got out of the comparison game to play my own by engaging Chris Skiff, a catalytic mentor, to guide leaders considering TMP. Instead of chasing others' marketing, we doubled down on what we do best, deep care for people. The result? We're already seeing new leaders are joining, stories of impact are multiplying, and my joy's back, fueling belief in that 6600 leader vision. Loving the Gap didn't shrink our mission. It opened eyes to God's immeasurably more, igniting momentum beyond what I have seen. Here's the challenge. This week, spot one area where comparison is stealing joy. Maybe a peer's success or a rival's growth. Prayerfully list 3 unique strengths God's given you. Take one step to use them and journal the joy shift. Share with one another, like a TMP alum, or email me and let's unpack what God sparked in you. In the end, friends, comparison doesn't just kill joy, it shrinks God's vision for you. But loving the Gap with conviction turns your race into his masterpiece, bursting with immeasurable glory. Thanks for joining me here in this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's keep running together towards that immeasurably more.